Welcome to day 12, how to make it easy for shoppers to find and buy your brand. The Retail Solve Blueprint to teach you everything you need to know to confidently grow and scale your brand. Build a connected community of loyal evangelists and multiply your brand's impact, sales, and profits. If we are meeting for the first time, my name is Dan Lohman. I've had the privilege of working with hundreds of brands from pre-revenue to multi-billion dollars in sales. This is a culmination of the best strategies that are working today. I spent years testing and perfecting them to save you valuable time and money, to give you the edge that you deserve. If you haven't done so yet, download the free 30-day guide to prosperity workbook at retailsolve.com 30-day workbook to help you get the most out of this brand building series. And go back and listen to previous episodes in this masterclass so that you don't miss a thing. The strategies built upon each other in the order of the series. Please share these and help me raise the bar in natural. I want to take a moment to recap the last lesson, how to become a great storyteller with engaged customers. The key to your brand success is in marketing both to shoppers and retailers, and that begins with effective storytelling. As we've been talking about, your selling strategy needs to be baked into your story, and that needs to resonate with everyone who looks at your product, everyone who touches your product, and everyone who buys your product, including future customers and retailers. Help them understand what's unique about your product and how you solve a specific problem, and how your brand is more effective at driving that unique customer that will pay a premium for quality products into a retail store. How your brand is responsible for increasing the size of the market basket, the sum total of items that customers buy at checkout. And how your brand contributes to a larger market basket, the sum total of everything in the customer shopping basket. We've talked a lot about story. We've talked a lot about your customer, etc. So we also need to talk about how to make it easy for customers to find and buy your brand. This is where you take your storytelling to the next level. It's not enough to just say, hey, I've got a great product and it solves a problem, but how do you leverage that in your storytelling and in your go-to-market strategy? How do you leverage it at retail to make it easier for customers to find and buy your brand wherever they shop? One of the ways that you do that is through your merchandising. The best strategy that I recommend, first of all, is to go backwards, to start at the market basket. What are the other items that your customer buys when they buy your product? And then work backward. Once you've identified all the complementary products in their market basket, then you work backwards. And you identify everything along the customer's journey that they purchased when they purchased your product, and what's unique about that shopping trip. Then you make it easier, or you work with a retailer to make it easier, to help them find everything on their shopping list. This is how you grow profitable sales in the category, how you help the retailer with that. And this is also how you make your brand a lot more valuable to that retailer. What you don't want to do is invite a customer to shop their retailer's competition. And this is exactly how you do this. If a customer can go into a store and get everything that they need on a single shopping trip, that's a win. Today, customers have literally unlimited choices as to where they spend their hard-earned money. This is how you help keep customers coming back into your retail partner store again and again and again. So think about, what is the problem that the customer is trying to solve? What is their need state? The need state is, what is the thing that they're thinking about when they come into the store? If a customer has a cold or flu, then their need state is cold and flu remedies. If a customer comes in your store and they're looking for everything for a holiday meal, then make it easy for them to find those products. For example, on Independence Day, you might have hot dogs, ketchup, chips, mustard, potatoes, things like that. Make it easy for those customers to find everything on their list. Retailers cannot possibly be an expert on everything they sell, or on your brand or the customers that shop their store. This is where you come in. Let me back up a little bit and explain. Generically speaking, retailers don't sell anything. What they sell is the real estate that your brand takes up on their shelf, that little sliver of space. What retailers are trying to do is maximize the ROI, the dollars that they get from that little sliver of space. That's it. What retailers really want is they want a competitive advantage in their market, they want more traffic in their store, and they want a reasonable profit. And brands that can help them achieve what they want, then savvy retailers will help you achieve what you want, which is better distribution, better merchandising, etc., and of course more sales. This is where your brand strategy needs to rise to the challenge. So how do your customers shop? How do your customers come into the store? What are the things they look for? What are the things that drive them into the store? If you can identify these and then help your retail partner understand how to leverage this at shelf, help to leverage these strategies to help your customers buy your products at their store, this is how you help future-proof the store. In this strategy, you're leveraging not only the customer that comes into your store, but you're also working with all the complementary brands that your customer purchases. As a side note, co-merchandising or co-promoting with those items that they find in the shopping basket is a great way to build that relationship between your brand and those other complementary brands. This again is another way to help that retailer gain even more incremental sales, profit, etc. in their category. As I mentioned, you want to start with the market basket and you want to work backwards. You want to think about how do you set up your merchandising or go-to-market strategy. Where should your brand be positioned on the shelf to make it easier for customers to find and buy your product? How can you develop a clear call to action to make it easier for shoppers to find their product wherever they shop? Bake these into your KPIs, your key performance indicators. Your KPIs are your guardrails that you use or that you have in place so that anyone who's merchandising your brand, your broker, internal, external sales teams, etc., know exactly how to merchandise your brand to make it easy for customers to find and buy your products. Think of this as leaving a trail of breadcrumbs for your customer. Begin at the checkout line and work backwards. Identify all the things on their list, where they need to be merchandised, and make it easy for that customer to find things. Confusion is the death of any brand. Confusion is what causes customers to leave your store. Confusion is what causes customers to be disappointed or frustrated. You want to make it super simple for customers to find and buy your product wherever they shop. For additional inspiration, listen to podcast episodes Secret 68, Proven Strategies to Grow Sales, Stand Out on a Crowded Shelf, and 2X Your Loyal Shoppers. Sustainable sales growth requires a thoughtful strategy and a commitment to be better than other brands. Like the tortoise and the hare, small strategic incremental steps can add up to a huge win. This podcast episode illustrates a better way to grow sales for your brand. That's Secret 68 Proven Strategies to Grow Sales, Stand Out on a Crowded Shelf, and 2X Your Loyal Shoppers. Next, I recommend you listen to Secrets 104, the Essential New Item Checklist, the recipe for success. New product innovation is the lifeblood of every brand. New products fuel sustainable growth, attract shoppers, and increase brand awareness. Know the critical steps to get your product on more store shelves and into the hands of more shoppers. In this episode, I share a story about how someone was looking to help a friend grow their brand, looking to buy their friend's brand. So this person went into the store, and with the help of the store personnel, they searched for the brand for about 20 minutes before they found it. The product was mismerchandised. Because it was mismerchandised, all the work that the brand had done to drive traffic in the store, that was a waste. The retailer was expecting incremental sales in the category, and they lost out as well. Now, the agency that got the brand distribution in that store, they did what they were told to do, what they were expected to do. The problem is, and I see this all the time, you need to help retailers understand exactly where your brand needs to be merchandised. In this example, you see something that derails and can even bankrupt your brand when you're starting out. The reality is, for that brand to get the product re-merchandised where it belongs, well, that's going to take some time. It's going to cost a lot of money, and it's going to be more lost sales until that happens. In addition to that, the retailer also needs to figure out which item to take off the shelf. That should have been included, that discussion should have been included when the product was introduced to the retailer. There are a lot of other things that you need to be thinking about when you introduce a product, even a new product or new product innovation when you're working with a retailer. Go listen to Secrets 104, the Essential New Item Checklist, the recipe for success. And then go listen to Secrets 144 with Mike Fogarty with Choice Market, creative disruptive retail strategies that put the shopper first. Shoppers want what they want, and any retailer can make that their primary focus will win the retail game. Now layer on local, organic, fast casual dining, etc., convenience, and you've got the recipe for success. This model should be the rule, but it is the exception. This is how you help your retail partner leverage exactly the strategies that we're talking about today. Retailers need your help, and in this podcast episode, we talk about how Mike and Choice Market works closely with the brands that they sell. Secrets 144 with Mike Fogarty, Choice Market, creative disruptive retail strategies that put the shopper first. Tip of the day, shoppers can't buy your products if they can't find them. Make it easy for them to find and buy them anywhere they shop. Include complementary products in their shopping journey. I've recorded the video which has illustrations and additional information that I can include on an audio podcast. You can watch the accompanying video on the podcast webpage, and you can get there by going to brandsecretsandstrategies.com/238. In tomorrow's episode, we'll talk about how to use clarity and consistency to amplify your message. This episode will build upon today's conversation. Thanks for listening, and I look forward to seeing you in the next episode.